Hello students, welcome back in economics class. Today we will discuss the financial sector reforms. In the previous video we have already discussed the industrial sector reforms. Earlier I told you that there are series of reforms: industrial sector reforms, tax reforms, financial sector reforms. So in today's video we will discuss financial sector reforms. Now what is financial sector? What it includes? The financial sector includes commercial banks, stock exchange market and foreign exchange market. Prior to 1991, prior to new economic policy, all these institutions or the financial market was controlled and regulated by the RBI. But after this policy, after the LPG policy, after liberalization, the financial sector is free. Now the RBI is not a regulator. Now RBI is a facilitator. RBI is providing the facilities for the development of the financial sector, for the commercial bank, stock exchange market and the foreign exchange market. So today we will discuss some financial sector reforms. The first reform is the role of RBI. The role of RBI shift from regulator to facilitator. Financial sector is allowed to take their own decisions on many financial issues without consulting RBI. Without consulting RBI, the financial sectors, the banks can take their own decisions like regarding interest rate, any other issues, branches, etc. So this is the role of RBI, the first reform under liberalization, and this is the first financial sector reform. The second one is private sector banks. Prior to 1991, we were having public sector banks, government banks. But the reform policy led to the emergence of private sector banks in India. And due to this, there is more competition and we have better services. We have better consumer services. So, this is the second reform, financial sector reform. The third one is foreign investment in financial market. Prior to 1991, there was restrictions on the foreign investment in the financial market. But with the reforms policy, foreign investment in banks was increased to around 50%. अब क्या है बेटा, लगभग 50% जो है वो बैंक्स में भी जो है फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट हो सकता है. The fourth one is setting up new branches. Prior to 1991, the approval of RBI was very necessary for the expansion of branches. But now the commercial bank can take their decision. They can set up new branches in rural areas, urban areas without the approval of the RBI. But those banks which fulfill the certain conditions of RBI, कुछ बेटा कंडीशन है RBI की, जो बैंक उनको पूरा करते हैं, they are free to expand their branches. So these are the financial sector reforms, and due to these reforms we have a very good or strong financial sector in India. So this is all about the financial sector reforms. Thank you and have a nice day.